So hello guys, welcome back, and we are now into our second semi-final. Ohana Pride this time, looking for some revenge for their fallen counterparts as we'll be facing off against, wow, Malaking Snail, and well, this is gonna be a pretty interesting one. My name is Daks, and joining me for the second semi-final is Mr. DodgeThiss himself.
What's up, guys? I'm back here again for the second match, and here I am.
Here you are, Mr. Dodge. How about you? Where's your face cam?
I don't have a camera though.
Oh
You know,
my
you
god.
can PayPal me, guys.
Okay, there you go, guys. So donate to Mr. DodgeThiss on his stream. Use the exclamation point casters to get you a link to his Twitch and drop him some money so he
Thank
can
you,
actually
thank you, thank you.
get you a camera just like Mr. Billy. So yeah, it's been a really fruitful time right now casting with some really good buds of mine, and they have a lot of experience. So as a quick little reminder, Mr. DodgeThiss, of course, is the best player in the world forever and ever. No, jokes aside though, captain of Team MMK, one of the best main tanks in the PH scene, especially on his old school wrecking ball. Does dabble a lot in different roles here and there. Did have it was interesting. His history was like DPS support, get into tank, and he plays pretty much anything and everything. Moving on to more FPS oriented games, though, he likes playing the DPS right now, and here he is helping out a number of teams here in the Clashfest. And Mr. DodgeThiss has been very welcoming to the community. And who are your boys coming into this match?
So I have coached Malaking Snail for most of their time preparing for the tournament. So not really most of the time, since I usually have other stuff to do. So what I'm expecting a lot from them. I mean, I believe in them. We gotta be unbiased in this casting. I will shit on them if they do stupid stuff, and, and that you know how it goes.
Absolutely savage. And hey guys, this is gonna be the matchup to decide who will be facing off against Ubisoft right there in the grand finals. Best of three. Gonna be an interesting one, and we have the same map set as the last time. Here for the semifinals, we have three different maps instead to play on. It's Busan, Hollywood, and Rialto. And so anything to note here, Mr. Dodge, is for either of these two teams coming in to these three maps.
For Busan, Busan is really one of my favorite maps actually to play as in control, like second to Lijiang actually. So Ohana Pride, they're a really flexible team, pero I think their strength lies in Ryan Zarya play and Kronos being the flexible DPS here and there. And Kyrie plays the hit scan usually, right? So uh, they do have a pretty slow lineup compared to, since they don't have they don't usually play Lucio as what I've seen.
Yep.
And for Malaking Snail naman, they've only showcased a Reinhardt comp usually, and some of the Doomfist Genji DPS on the DPS, and Araceli on the Baptiste,
The Baptiste is so
Ana,
good.
and Parute always on the Lucio.
Yep. It seems like it's gonna be two different dynamics here between Ohana Pride and Malaking Snail. Ohana Pride is the big burly men playing it slow. Malaking Snail, in the meantime, counterpart to their namesake, they are very quick with the action, and they have a very damage-based composition. Wherein, if Malaking Snail gets a really good jump on Ohana Pride, they are gonna be able to basically win out some really good fights here and there. But if Ohana Pride is able to be steadfast and hold the line, they should be able to tough it out and stay steady and stay strong.
So let's see how they prepared for for these maps. Especially they had the time to watch each other how play in the VODs from yesterday.
Yep, Rose was a good
Let's see
learning
what
experience.
they got. If they have any surprises for us, some kind of cheese play or a very interesting meta call.
Yeah, I think for Ohana Pride, it'll be really interesting to see if they get a different support line there from Micro and Vido. It was mostly the Mercy Moira Alfred at the top up. In the meantime, from Malaking Snail, will we see a different tank line? I think the flexibility in those two aspects of the lineup might make a key difference coming into this match. And this should be a pretty close affair to say the least. It was a tough test for both Ohana Pride as well as Malaking Snail versus Overwatch and Scalar respectively. But seems like our players are ready to go. We are going to get again into our first game into this one. Back to Busan we go, and Mecha Bay is going to be our first starting point into this controlled map.
So it's a mecha based map. So Ryan Zarya really powerful here, since they don't have the dive, don't have much space to work around here, and you know Ohana Pride with the Ryan Zarya will be putting a lot of pressure on Malaking Snail's lineup here. So let's see what they pick for their starting composition.
That's gonna be pretty interesting to see. Oh,
Okay,
Ohana
it's a
Pride. This
There's
is this is interesting. So Ohana Pride, we expected them to play the Ryan Zarya, but the aggressive dive, the animal abuse potentially. Oh, they might be switching on out to the
I
speed
think they
boost
realized,
system.
oh, it's Mecha Base.
Maybe
Oh,
they can,
it's not
they
the
can, they
map.
can figure it out. Ryan Zarya, Moira, Anna. Okay, so they are gonna be looking to play more on the closer quarters. A lot better here on Mecha Base, especially with the choke up on top. And Aspect and Chico gonna be doing the same, but they have the Lucio Anna in behind. More heals versus speed. And the Reaper of Blazer will have the speed. Kronos will have to go for a teleportation play, but McCree versus Genji, Ohana Pride looking to play stable as I've said, but in the meantime, we'll see if Malaking Snail can just butt heads with the tank line.
So I think Aspect here is pretty much being there. He's being very wary of Beardman. Oh, it kills.
Yeah, to get Beardman, beautiful nade there from Arcelia, and this is really a support to watch here from Malaking Snail. I have a lot of good things to say about Arcelia and their Baptiste, and that Anna doing the same old thing. Nade connects onto 2, allows Kebu to dash on in, and impressive enough from Kebu. He's already at 83% on the Dragon Blade, a lot quicker than many others. Like, this is a pretty good rate for especially the skill level.
So Kebu will be initiating with Dragon Blade here. He might be using it pretty soon.
Now Beardman though decided to go on in, and Micro with a quick nano boost as well, but Beardman catches that one with a fire strike, and that nano boost enhancing the fire strike there to do extra damage, cooking up the Genji, and just smoldering on to the dreams of Mr. Kebu. Blazer also saying goodbye perhaps when we get pooped off, able to shadow step in time, but Ohana Pride gets a Sagger, and well, nano boost versus Genji, it seems like Beardman is the winner.
It was a pretty lucky fire strike. He hit him. I mean, Kebu probably didn't go in a better angle that I would have liked, since he did take the fire strike in his face. But they do have a nano boost as well right now, and Blazer almost having Death Blossom.
Yeah, hey,
But
what's up?
Beardman has Shatter here, so he might counter with that.
Yeah, I completely agree. They're on the low ground right now, and like the rotation here from the side of Malaking Snail, showing a little bit of discipline, moving up on top, and from the top rope, can Aspect get the Shatter? Seems like it is going to be a stand-up right here, right now. Stun into the backline instead, counter Shatter there. 3 stunned up for both sides, I believe. Death Blossom right now, though, saying goodnight to Blazer, and what a clutch this time from Micro.
Too late.
Now, Soundbar also only getting 3, I believe, so Ohana Pride with the shutdown. Micro, as you said before, Mr. Dodge, he does have that experience in Apex, right? And it seems like he just has that hit-gun prowess on the Ana.
So, they were so busy with Kronos in the backline a while ago, so not much focus on the Reinhardt on Aspect.
Yeah, I think the Shatter versus Shatter was pretty interesting, but in the end, it was just a shutdown onto the ultimate that kinda tore it apart right there, a new one. For Ohana Pride though, Bio Grenade this time does enable it onto Blazer. Kebu now kinda struggling to get that blade cold as it's so quick though, and here comes the Graviton Surge, here comes the Death Blossom in the middle of it, and have you ever seen a star implode, but suddenly bullets come out of nowhere, Blazer though, up, and this is gonna be an opportunity here for Malaking Snail. They can still win, as Mr. DodgeThiss is saying, because the shotguns in close quarters are absolutely on fire, throwing them down on the ground, and Malaking Snail with a very simple counterplay to get things done. Nano Boost apparently such a big deal in this match, Mr. Dodge.
So Nano Boost always getting used in the right time, and Bimby has Graviton for the next fight, and Harote doesn't even have a sound barrier soon, so they might do something with it. Beardman also has Shatter soon, so probably a double tank ultimate combo would be good here to secure the last point.
Yeah, it might be Ohana Pride having the tools that they need, but Kebu in the meantime coming close to Dragon Blade. So yeah, I think for Malaking Snail that's one issue we might need to tackle on into this one. Beautiful Fire Grenade though again from Arcelia. Deep Flick connects now, and Kebu immediately gets the Dragon Blade.
Oh, they have to regroup now. Now they have a lot of ultimate charge, even on Aspect yet matter now.
That's so unfortunate for Ohana Pride because they were banking on that old economy advantage. Shatters still come online from both sides, and pins come onto both Chico and Vito. Sleep Dark now connecting Micro, go for that with Nano Boost there, but Kebu is just throwing the shurikens. Malaking Snail is holding the line, and this has to be a retreat already from Ohana Pride. Kebu though brought along for a ride. It's just not gonna happen though. Malaking Snail is still with the advantage.
They have Nano Blade soon. They have Nano Blade and 2 DPS ultimates, and Kronos still doesn't have his Death Blossom here. And Bimby still saving the Graviton, but Sound Barrier is out, so we might see some defensive ultimates here.
Yeah. And hey, Beardman being bounced around. Someone needs to touch, and at least Ohana Pride realizes the situation. Bimby ready with the Graviton Surge and using the low ground to their advantage. They catch onto Aspect, but up on top, Kyrie parries with the Deadeye. Kebudo does get the deflect in time, and Malaking Snail will go for the Hero Blade. No Nana Boost yet, because Kronos destroys Diana. Kebu does get one, but this is way too ambitious from the Genji. And now overtime ticking on down. Kebu unable to do anything else. He'll have to sacrifice his life for the point. Too late in the party though. But
Harute, he died between the Graviton, and it gave them the opening to take the point because he didn't get to cast Sound Barrier before that time. So I think that's kind of a, I think they're pretty nervous right now, since making mistakes that you don't usually want to make, right?
I honestly have to feel for Kebu. He got a really quick Dragon Blade, but because of the Dragon Blade timings, he
didn't have Nano Blade with him.
Yeah, he never got Nano Blade because the sync there from Araceli and Kebu was just never online. And well, sometimes that win condition is something you really have to play for. But Kebu, we are seeing some echoes today, Mr. DodgeThiss. Earlier on, we got an echo there from Ubi's server, but this time it's Echo versus Farah. But hey, Mr. Dodge, have you ever seen dogfights, right? In those things, there's bombers, those fighters jets, and it feels like for Kronos, he's the bomber, but interceptors, fighter jets are just so effective at that one. But apparently, the Biotic Orb bounces up on top, and Dido gets the kill onto Kebu with
That's a pretty easy take from them, though. So
that's the most. I gotta say, Dodge, that's a very, very surprising kill.
I mean, you wouldn't want to take rockets in your face, though. So guys, take cover.
Yeah, just make sure that you are staying safe as much as possible. Here comes Malaking Snail though, looking for the dive on in from Chico and Aspect. So they are playing that dive composition with the Lucio Moira.
Oh, they got the Farah!
And they do get rid of the Farah. Kevu using that speed there, but Beardman catches out the Echo down on the ground, grounded there at that fuel. But it's Blazer's time to shine. Gets to with the Doomfist. Won't get hit though. Beardman still getting the slam on down. And this time it's
really
going to be Aspect getting more and more of those kills. Malaking Snail with the proper dive composition, and they will surprise the opposition with the speed we were talking about.
So they really focused the Farah there. Did you see that? So Echo and Diva working together.
It's so hard for Farah to deal with both at the same time. The Echo outspeeding you, the Diva having more HP. But it might be time for the barrage. But unfortunately for Ohana Pride,
Matrix.
Yeah, they have to deal with the Matrix, and they don't have anything to really protect the Farah besides the bubble. They're playing Moira with this, so what? You have to rely on some healings. You have to play lower onto the ground. And Ohana Pride though, instead using to their advantage that burliness in the front line. Have you ever seen a sweaty man just go for the pin onto you? Apparently that's how it works out. Self-destruct though in the middle. Bimby didn't have the bubble ready, and this is now time for the Rocket Rush. Kronos blowing himself up, killing himself because Aspect gets in the way. But overall, Ohana Pride with the capture, and I don't think that was the best resurrection there from Mikaru.
So I think it's a waste, since they're still regrouping.
And I think it's going to swap, honestly.
Yeah, this is pretty hard for Kronos. He got zoned out pretty hard there at the end. I mean, at the start.
It's really difficult for Kronos. He's doing this pretty exceptionally because he's playing against a composition that is kind of built to mess with him to the fullest degree. Because Gossip Mine, unfortunately, doesn't get any poops to the train of Busan. Here comes Aspect right now, moving on in. The Diva again getting into the face of Kronos, but that Diva is overextending. And we'll see the punish happen. Never mind, Beardman though does get the pin onto Harute. Here comes Chico rampaging with the Winston Micro with the Valkyrie, keeping the top upon. And Ohana Pride with superior sustain. Since Blazer and Kebu are unable to get those kills in time, they need to make sure that they get the frag on points. And honestly, Echo Doomfist might not be the best thing. Graviton Surge out from Bimby. And what do you think about the DPS?
I think it's a good composition against them, but I think they're not executing that well in regards to how they want to play.
In a way though, I don't think the Echo and Doomfist really synergize in a way because
he might want to go Reaper actually.
Yeah, because you want the Echo to get those final blows with the focusing V, but the Doomfist literally just erases you from the map. So it's kind of one hit potential on both sides, but in terms of synergy, it's kind of a little finicky. It sure is about taking advantage of the space created, but you both need the space to begin with. And we'll see right now, because here comes the Flyers DodgeThiss. See the focus fire yet again onto the Farah, and Kebu turning into the Egyptian right here. You've seen walk like Egyptian. It's time to fly into the Egyptian airways right here, right now. Kronos though, ready with the rock branch, lets it rain onto the hull, and the Diva doesn't care about that one. This time it's Kebu's time to shine with the rain, blessing it down onto Busan, and Malaking Snail with a team kill.
So I think it's just a matter of your preference, I guess. Since Blazer is really good on the Doomfist, but I think he's having problems with how he does. He needs space as well as Echo does.
Yeah, it's really hard to make space for two teammates because that is a big hey, where the hell is that kind of
Chico.
situation? But Chico, that is just gonna be pretty cheeky for Chico. He will give a good amount of ult charge to his support, but at the same time, Kyrie plays right now on that Death Blossom radius, and he's looking for the drop down onto the Diva, who just came back into the mech. Kyrie plays another clutch Death Blossom. We've seen this before on Lijiang Tower, and Kyrie, you are just going to be proven to us that the world is your oyster right there. Here comes the Brown Rage though from Chico again, looking to really stall for time. Desperate times here from Malaking Snail. Shatter doesn't connect on Mr. Dodge, and here comes the sticky bombs from Kebu flying on around. Big brawl into the front line. Kyrie plays though with a tag on the one up on top. Kebu's still staying on, but Kronos is doing whatever the hell he wants and more before he dies. Still the Echo dropping down. Overtime ticking on down though. 99 to 96. This can't go any way either. The Moira though having to drop down with the Echo, but Kebu has already fallen. And the pin
Wrecking
again.
Ball.
And here comes
Wrecking Ball on the point.
And Chico's trying, but grab the search is into play, does get two, and the big one there is not the Wrecking Ball, but Harute, because he was close to the Sapphire, but Chico gets rid of Mikaru there. Malaking Snail still fighting on. Here comes the Self Drop, as well as the Rocket Barrage available, but Aspect with the biggest clutch bomb of them all, able to find the timing. Can Ohana Pride let it rip with the rockets? It's not gonna happen. And Malaking Snail takes advantage. Can the Lucio make it? It's not gonna happen.
Oh, wow! It was such a contest from the Wrecking Ball and the Diva. Like, they got the ultimates in. It was a really good round. Wow.
All I gotta say though, that was unlucky for Ohana Pride. They had the right ideas. They
Ohana
had the
Pride
right
really
things.
did well there. Like,
Yeah.
they prevented the win conditions of the enemy team, but you know the clutch factor there from what as you said a while ago, it really shows.
It really makes a difference. And you know, Dodge, all I gotta say is Aspect with the bomb absolutely big. And something to note was it was such a good guard search for Bimby. Getting rid of Harute is huge because he was gonna have that sound barrier and he was gonna be able to stall for time even more. But hey, if Aspect can play it with clutch, self-destruct makes a difference. And again, that Pharah just unable to do anything in the face of a big adversity.
They're not
just way
playing
too much.
Pharah anymore.
At least they're not playing the Pharah right now. They will play the Ashe and the Reaper instead. And I love to see from Kyrie plays, knowing exactly what to do in this kind of situation against Dive. Well, if you are able to play the range game with the Ashe in tow.
But he is gonna be the main dive target here, so they're circling around. I mean, it's pretty slow, pero I think they can. Oh, he almost got caught out.
Because Beard Magnet, he is the pin magnet! And I think he opened up a can of magnets right now, Mr. DodgeThiss, and he is just on high horsepower. Ohana Pride though do need to regroup back to the points, as they will get the first capture.
They have to get the point for now. I don't get the Baptist pick here though, since dive with Baptist isn't really much of an ideal situation, since who are you gonna be
Amp Matrixing, right? There's no one really to amplify except yourself. The Lucian doesn't need the Amp Matrix for extra healing. And well, for Malaking Snail, they will go back to the drawing board. By the way, I've seen this comp from the side of Malaking Snail before with the Lucio Bap, but they did have that hit scan. And the Blaze are now realizing the situation to go for the McCree, and it seems like for Malaking Snail, just that they're swapping out to the Siege comp position, but now their heals aren't really too high for Ryan Zarya. So we'll see though, if they get the kills fast enough, it will make a difference.
Like a break here, you know?
Maybe.
I think a break would be nice here instead of
Break Bap would, I think, would be okay. I don't think you need the Lucian in this situation because the Genji can do whatever, and the McCree doesn't really need it. But Malaking Snail with another rotation, and I really feel like they don't really need to do this, Dodge, because they are taking the sweet time and they are doing the exact same fight but on the other side. A chatter right now from Beer Band. Let me just get in the way there. Nana Boost though will get pinned up by Aspect, and Bimby getting on the board. And all I gotta say is, people are quite low. Can Kebu stay alive? Araceli trying to go for the top up. Average now available. Malaking still apparently doing it. But Kyrie plays with the dynamite value. Has to toss a bomb right now. It will stall for a lot of time. Don't be hesitant. Press that Q already. Don't get pinned or beamed. That is just unfortunate. Malaking still instead gets two, and this should be them getting the point by this engagement.
Yeah, the pop was held for too long, and it was there. It wasn't. I mean, it was the opportunity to stall out. The point was there, but He hesitated, I guess.
My ultimate is
All I gotta say though is for Malaking Snail, I feel like they're overcomplicating things. They don't need to do that rotation
ultimate
if
is-
they
Yeah,
do the
exactly.
exact same
I mean,
engagement. It is exactly the same thing
I mean,
they
you
would
only
do
do
from
this
Momo side.
if you're like dive
My ultimate
and
is charged.
trying to get around something. You know, better angles, I guess.
My
And-
ultimate is
And the
charged.
positioning there for the side of Ohana Pride is just so close to the point. So they're not gonna be able to catch out someone like the Ash who can easily get away from something like that. So yeah, a lot of question marks, but Malaking Snail able to win it out because Bob was not available. Apparently he was still on break. Pin right now from Beardman not working. He's a little too devil happy on the trigger finger there, but Chico with a grab the search instead. And here comes the blade as well. Bimby with a counter grab, but with the soundbar into so that is just enough for the sustain.
Oh,
Laser
too much
Chico on the
ulti.
board. So many ultimates right now though from the side of Malaking Snail, but at least they hold for the time being.
Yeah, so that's too much of a commitment, honestly. So Aspect even using his shatter at the end, but I don't think it was really needed since the moment that Reinhardt died and Zarya died, I think it was already a 1-5.
But hey, we'll see it now. Right now, as Chronos gonna have this Rocket Barrage available very soon.
He
Fido in
doesn't
the
have a
meantime,
counter.
Coalescence is gonna be available, and well, Aracelia and Matrix set up into the front line already. Rocket Barrage though is available. Ohana Pride getting in
Oh, he
position.
dies.
Blazer though with a pick off onto one, and it's time for the rain already. That Reinhardt's
They
in
missed.
spot for trouble. And there you go, 2 for 1 though. Blazer does have the Death Blossom, but for Malaking Snail, we'll see if there's gonna be enough. Coalesce is gonna be into play again. Here goes the Spinaruni from Blazer. Absolutely essential stuff here from the side of Malaking Snail. Just that small hesitation really costing Ohana
Do you
Pride to
think
this
that's
point.
necessary?
What?
The Death Blossom even?
No, it's fine. It gives you momentum. It wipes out the opposition, and right now it's desperate times here for Ohana Pride. Look at their comp right now. They're forced to play the Wrecking Ball,
Oh,
and the
he's
Pharah
forced to
has no
charge.
pocket. Oh my god, Beardman will
Oh
die.
my god.
It's just not gonna be enough
can't touch-
overtime. They are touching though.
They're touching.
They're trying with Bimby. It's still not gonna be enough.
Blazer, the Blazer.
It seems like he's trailblazing here, Dodge. And Aspect, even with the dive on in, my crew right now falling on down. Aspect
Wow.
gets 2. And this is what I was talking about earlier on in our predictions. Malaking Snail will take our first map because the scrappiness comes over the solid play.
I mean, they were just. I think the Ohana Pride was just disoriented and with how weird they play, and you know, it got the better of them. So
Yeah.
Blazer coming out big in that map. I know
Big
he
flex.
is a prodigy. You know, he's 13 years old, really young talent. You know, can even develop more.
Yeah, it really is. The young guns, honestly. So we had Akashi versus Kronos last time. This time it's Blazer versus Kronos, which is gonna be the battle of the youth there. But Malaking Snail will take that first map in Busan. And well, Mr. DodgeThiss, Beardman with 12 kills, an absolute magnet. But when the going gets tough, he was just not there for his team.
Exactly.
A little too ambitious.
So next map is Hollywood, right? Yeah.
Yep,
So
it's gonna be Hollywood.
it'll be
coming into
interesting
that
if they pull out the Bastion strat with a double shield on top of the cafe.
Possibly. And hey, you know, guys, you want to see a kitty cat? Here you go. It refuses to go away from me. So here's a kitty cat. We're gonna be giving it away at the end of the month to like a relative of Claire's. But you know, it's pretty cute right now, and it's very clingy. So if you hear a few meows here and there, I'm just trying to make sure it falls asleep. But that was not a match to fall asleep for. Ohana Pride and Malaking Snail really putting each other to the test, but apparently Malaking Snail just a little too domineering in their style, and yeah, that Saturday map was a
different
mess.
style of them. Yeah, it was a pretty weird scrappy fight. But I think the chaos works out well for them since Ohana Pride seems to not like the chaos there since they're a pretty composed Ryan Zarya composition team, right? So Kronos as well might be having some technical issues.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna be figuring things out. I don't really remember the rule set anymore. I don't really remember the rule set, but yeah, let's just hurry it up. In between matches though, iba yung pause timer, cause he didn't DC in game. No. We have a rule for it, pero parang it's a different match timer. So we'll say naman if it's too long.
I don't
na.
know.
Like
Okay.
I think it's
Fair
like
enough.
10-15 minutes. I'm just trying to remember the rule set. So basically we all have a pause timer in game, and we also have a in between map kind of thing. So for On Pride, they are looking to fix up their you know, issues right now on Kronos' side. Malaking Snail. In the meantime, hey, it's like, you know, you can take a little bit of body break, but just there, Mr. Dodge, on that third map, a lot of question marks. But apparently the question marks turns to answer there for Malaking Snail, and some clutch plays there from the DPS line. It worked out. It was worked out.
I mean, they were punishing Beardman a lot. If you saw there,
Yeah.
every time he tried to step forward, like Blazer speeds a boost with the Lucio, and he tries to overwhelm Beardman with damage. And the sustain there, since Mercy was on Pharah, and Moira isn't enough for the burst heal.
I'm just like thinking about that last map. It was kind of a mess and a half, honestly. It really was very, very different from what you'd expect
I mean,
from an Overwatch match.
you'd expect a dive composition at this skill bracket isn't too polished, So you have to give them some slack.
I don't think that was a dive. It was just a rotation that kind of messed me up.
Yeah. They're going around things.
Okay, guys, you don't need to do that. Basically, that's the whole point of this.
You don't need to do that, but if you want to do that, you have to do it fast, or else the surprise isn't there anymore. The enemy would be adjusting.
Yep, they rotated so quickly. It's like Ohana Pride.
And they did it. They did it once already. So if you do it again,
you do it again. Why not? They're not gonna catch out the Moira or the Ana anytime. The Moira or the Ashe rather anytime soon.
Exactly. You have to look at the composition, and you look how slow the enemy composition is. But if they have escape abilities like Moira and Ashe does, it's not gonna work out for you, right?
Yeah, and I just gotta say though that non-existent Bob was the that was the part that kind of lost Ohana Pride there. So stop hesitating on notes, guys. You can just use it when you need to. And well, we are now gonna be getting into game number 2. Hollywood will be our set. I forgot to ask though. MS pick a side because no, it's Ohana Pride rather. Pick a side nga pala. Just quickly, because we were talking about so many different things happening there, and there was a lot to process after a match like that. So that's for sure. But yeah,
I
Hollywood.
was really confused about what everything was happening. Like, scrappy.
Yeah, it's just too scrappy. Like, sometimes you just have to sit back, understand what the hell is going on in terms of the macro sense. It's really easy to understand what's happening in front of you, but why are they doing that? And, for Malaking Snail, the best plan is no plan sometimes, or in their case,
I think you
just
have to
play.
go with the flow for Ohana
Yeah, just
Pride.
go with the play, dude. Ohana Pride also.
We need to bring out the Kronos Genji for this time.
Some big sword clashes, but it seems like we are now ready to go.
Espadahan, bro. Espadahan.
Yes, sir. Putang. Okay. But hey, all I gotta say though, Hollywood gonna be our map, and this is now gonna be game number 2. Ohana Pride picking to go on the attack first. It's gonna be the defense right here, right now for Malaking Snail, and match point right now for the big guns right here, right now. We'll see if the Mollusk, whatever it's called, it's not even Mollusk. What kind of animal is a snail? But hey, you know what kind of animals Malaking Snail is? They are just the kind of predators you'll see into the waves. Hollywood right now, our second map coming into this set. So what are snails? What are snails? What are snails? I'm gonna Google it real quick.
They're like
gastropods. There you go. Gastrodon. Come on, DodgeThiss. I thought we were Pokemon casters too. Gastrodon is a snail-like Pokemon, and it's a gastropod. Big brain.
Yes, Storm Drain, bro.
Yes, no, Storm Drain is pretty fucking strong. Hey, at least the new expansion pack is coming. Say hi, shoutouts to Claire from the best Zen in the Philippines. Well, there you go. Anyway, where are we? Game number 2, Hollywood gonna be our map. And after, all I gotta say is, after a spectacle, that was game number 1, I'm expecting a lot more stability here from Malaking Snail
They're
and
both running
Ohana Pride.
the same comms, the same kind of comms, so you'd expect them to be more organized.
Yeah, because especially we've seen like in the last set wherein having objective makes a big difference and keeping you stable. And we'll see if Ohana Pride can run away with it. They are playing that Soldier 76 Kyrie plays a pretty solid hit scan to say the least. Pretty much a specialist there. In the meantime though, it's Kebu on the Doomfist this time. Blazer playing that Kree and Arcelia on that Batiste high ground being taken here by Malaking Snail.
The healing isn't there though, so let's see how they sustain their lineup.
Okay, we'll see how this is all gonna pan out. Arcelia gonna be trying to keep up with the top up. As for Chico, Ryan Zarya. Drop down gonna be pretty essential here, Dodge. And what do you think is gonna be the point of reference for Aspect and Chico to brawl on the ground instead?
Yeah, the corner like near the ferns, they will be dropping down right now. Okay, so since the corner will be the main fighting point here, and he smacks. Oh, gets purple.
Yeah, by Peru. Throwing that fire grenade on. Kebu disengaging to stay in the back line. Ryan Zara gonna be in position. Here we go with the charge again from Beardman. And I really hesitate for Mr. Beardman. Keeping on doing that is not the best way to go about it. He was a lot more disciplined yesterday, and right now
He was
since he's feeling
telegraphed
the hype,
already.
it's like he's feeling the hype from that first match there, Dodge, that Orion, he's just an absolute magnet. He got so many kills in the cart, but right now that is the worst thing he can do for his team.
Aspect knows how to counter it even, so he counters with a counter charge and lets his team to smack on down on the overextended grind.
Yeah, it makes such a big difference, but anyway, grab the search available here for Chico. Malaking Snail looking to hold on to the black hole, but in the meantime, Nano Boost and Coalescence, good tools here for Ohana Pride, and we've seen them play the sustained game strong.
Oh, Blazer gets a picked off. Kronos with a Nano Boost though. Oh, the grab so early.
It catches out the Reaper, and oh, Kronos goes back into the grab. Aspect even with the charge online in behind, and Roselli getting on the board.
Wow, that was a really fast Graviton since Bimby only has 44%, and Chico will be full charged and ready to farm another.
Yeah, so it seems like for Malaking Snail, pretty good defensive play, allowing them to hold the line, to say the least. Anyway, Reinhardt's looking to go for a peek with one another. My crew in the meantime on the right-hand side. And we'll see if Kronos can actually do something with the Reaper, because he goes to Death Blossom, drop down the already Aspect, and Pin Warfare is not going to do anything whatsoever. Shatter though from the side does get 3, but that eye field is absolutely huge there from my crew. That's absolutely, oh my god, this is Shatter and the Death Blossom, but the castle comes online as Mr. Dodge has said. Here comes the Meteor Strike in behind, scrappy fight yet again from our two teams, but if the scrap happens, Malaking Snail is really the kings of this junkyard.
Wow, so a lot of cancels were going on there. So Earth Shatter into Eiffel, good Eiffel from my crew there, and almost with a good shatter from Beardman, comboed with the Death Blossom from Kronos. Pero Blazer was quick on the flashback there.
Yeah, good reaction time here from Malaking Snail, that's for sure. And as we've said before, whoever's philosophy will be able to win out, will be able to win the match.
Damage, they have to wait it out.
Yeah, I feel that from my crew. Amp Matrix here, though, from Arcelia, and good discipline there from Ohana Pride. Like I always say, you see an Amp Matrix, you run the hell away.
You don't want to take the damage. Times 2 damage is too much.
It's ridiculous. So, it's worse than Supercharger.
No ults here, no ults here. Bimby will soon though.
Let's see. We'll see if the drop down can make a difference. Beardman Bimby already going on forward, but here comes Aspect as well as Chico coming in behind. Ring around the Rosie, and I don't think this is the best situation for Malaking Snail. They decided to go for the chase, but they were gone down instead. But that's Shatter right now from Aspect. Look at the whole line, grabbing the search down from Chico on the positions as well. On top of that payload, but just the numbers, Mason, a little too much to handle. Ohana Pride deciding to just win that one out.
Once again, they overcomplicated the fight, and they went around not really needing to since everyone dropped down already. But the contest though, Kebu, can he double kill? Seems like they're stalling for a bit.
Yeah, let's see, Kebu, Kronos getting on the board, and well, Shatter is online here for Ohana Pride. They're brawling, they are fighting, and they will be able to get some kills here and there. Aracelia having the back on nuts, and there you go, payload captured by Ohana Pride.
I mean, that's a pretty good defense nonetheless. So a lot of time wasted there, and Kronos and Beardman ready with their ults. We might expect them to win the next fight here, especially with Beardman leading the charge.
But hey, we'll see how this all can pan out. Ohana Pride right now looking for a little bit of that chill time on the limousine. And you know, it's a twofold thing. When you scrap out a fight on the first point, you need to take a breather on the limo. But also this gives a lot of time here for Malaking Snail to set up on the high ground, set up into the grounds. And we'll see if Kebu can drop down with a big one here.
So we're expecting for the brawl to wait to happen first.
Blazer finally fallen. It's time for the shotguns to bring him down to a different kind of underworld. But here comes Kebu with the Meteor Strike, avoiding the Death Blossom. Kronos trying to go for the spin, but will get taken out by Chico, and Kebu even getting one in behind, so DPS already gone. But like Snail should be able to clean up this one.
This fight is so scrappy. I'm looking at from top view, and everyone is everywhere, dude.
Yeah, it's Malaking Snail. We've talked about this before. Scrappy is really their nature, and in team fights, they really look to isolate one-on-one in some ways.
Farah is out though.
Kebu there in behind did so much to just deal with Kyrie plays, really dealing with the hit scan in so many scenarios. But Power Mercy time, and it's a lot better here for Ohana Pride. I think they can rely on to this one this time.
Arcelia.
Oh my god, he is so close to his demise. But, you know, Rockets aren't that fast and they will take their time to get there. Here we go, with the boop, and this is gonna be a little dangerous, honestly, because they have a hit scan. They don't have a Reaper to really punish those out of position forward pushes, and now here comes the bomb, here comes the grab on surge. At least Kyrie plays using the ultimate this time, but Kebu and Aspect on the board, and the defense again holding the line. In terms of position dodge, if you are closer, Malaking Snail is happy to say hello and hit you with that hammer.
So you see there from Malaking Snail, they rushed the ground force as well. Kronos was taking care of the backline, but he wasn't able to kill Aracelia there since he kept jumping around, and Kronos had difficulty with that. Oh, yeah, Matrix.
Who needs discipline if you have skill? And Malaking Snail is showing that you don't need lines, you just want to push every single time. Defense is just a state of mind, because you are always on the attack here from Malaking Snail. And the big Susos right here, right now, getting more and more of those kills. Micro trying to come on forward, will get caught by the wall. And it is gonna be the apex predator that is the snail. Have you ever seen a food chain? The snail is at the top.
Have you seen the Reddit thread about the snail?
Go ahead, tell me about it.
It's a story about you can have $1 billion as long as the snail doesn't kill you.
Oh yeah, it chases you everywhere.
Yeah, it chases you all the time, and he will kill you. So yeah, you have to keep moving in a sense. So it's pretty funny.
That's true. I think that's exactly what's going on right now. It really feels like it. It really
I mean,
like
it's annoying. You have to keep moving as Ohana Pride because their composition is really fast, and when you're that slow, they're gonna be taking advantage of their Reaper speed boost and out damage you in the front line.
Yeah, and you know the Chronos boop there really just hurting them. If you put people in front of your Ashe and that person is a shotgunner, I think you know how shotguns work, guys. They are very strong. They're not fun, they're very strong in CQC. And it's not like, you know, CS, Valorant, that kind of thing. You can't go for a quick scope with your rifle to get the headshot. That's not how it works, because these things are pretty tanky. And Malaking Snail right now will be playing that dive, but they are playing Brig on into this one. And I love
it's a Brig.
This is actually a pretty meta composition with the dive. Their DPS can be a little different, but it's more comfort here for Kebu and Blazer. Brig with Ana means that repair packs are going to be absolutely instrumental for going the top up in both ways. Armor going to be really, really good as well. But honestly, to the meta dodge, you play the Brig because you want to be dealing with an Echo who has focus and beam ready. In this one though, they might be able to do a lot of things against the Orisa as well as the Mei in terms of that damage.
Yeah, they don't have much damage here on the opposing side. But they do have a Reaper.
Here comes the dive on it though from Chico, and he is just going at it alone and gets zapped onto many. You can see the value there from the Winston, and it's like a 2-for-1 deal that you cannot get rid of. Here comes Chico right now in the face of adversity, and Malaking Snail. You said, Dodge, that if I had $1 billion but I had to run away from the snail, I think this is pretty much Ohana Pride saying, let's just touch the snail and get it done with.
And the composition of Malaking Snail overwhelmed the steadiness of Ohana Pride there. Double shield wasn't able to keep up with the aggression.
Yeah, you know, just clump up, unable to get punished. They even had the Mei, and they couldn't.
Yeah, the
really
wall
got
wasn't
Chico
good.
there.
I mean, it was opposing them. Like, it was working for them.
And like, Aspect wasn't even there, and the fact that they didn't punish Chico, who was zapping 6 people.
Yeah, he was alone.
That is just so good for Malaking Snail, because Chico right now, you know, mates, sometimes when you awaken the beast, it's just gonna be pulsing. It is gonna be all red in the head. And right here, right now, Chico with a dive on in again. He's close to the primal range. And alam mo, Mr. DodgeThiss, malakas lang ang matigas. And you can really say about this one, with 1k HP, he is gonna be rampaging in the back line. Kronos, though, you know, the cold is never good for that one. It's gonna be a takedown there. Nanoblade might be the play, but it's gonna be the Nano Blossom instead. And a flower wilts as well as a flower blooms. Here comes Kevin with the execution, and the Ohana clan gonna be saying goodnight because it is Malaking Snail showing that they are truly the apex predators in this jungle. Second semifinals confirmed for the SAPH.
Junk rat, the junk queen.
Overwatch Clashfest. Ay, nako. Man.
What a mess.
Not a mess, but Malaking Snail has made it an art piece. You know, sometimes...
Unorganized mess.
No, Dodge. You know, the best artists are the ones appreciated after their time, and that's what pretty much this was. Malaking Snail has shown that they are a true artiste, but just misunderstood.
Exactly. You wouldn't have expected this, I guess, from the matchup itself, from yesterday's matchups.
I think it's kind of an opposite in a way. I'd have had Ohana Pride in a better state coming into this one, especially as the discipline they've shown. But it kind of fell the wayside. Ohana Pride going for some really questionable charges, going for non-existent
Probably the
ultimates.
nerves. I think the nerves were getting to them.
It
The
kind of
composure.
hurts. It kind of hurts because I really felt like Ohana Pride had so much in the back, especially there on Busan. And coming into Hollywood, they were just bum rushed to impunity. And we were talking about this before the match, and I was saying just the different speeds between these two teams. And it seems like the life in the fast lane apparently
Speed is
is
king,
terrible.
apparently.
Speed is king. The speed king, dude. You know, I wonder if you know if you're here in Tokyo, and apparently they are just basically the fast and the furious there. But Malaking Snail doing an exceptional
Oh,
job.
here. Yeah.
What do you say,
So-
Dodge? Are you proud of your team? What do you think they did right there? Because, you know, I do have to say that they did a lot of wrong things in terms of setup, but in terms of execution, everything was like, okay, that works, you get an A.
I mean, we did prepare for these kind of matchups, I must say. Pero they did some things wrongly. Pero I'm satisfied with how they executed the strats that we've prepared for them.
And all I gotta say is Malaking Snail taking 1, taking 2. They are really, really the big ones here. And wow, indeed, Busan, Hollywood taken. We didn't even get to see Rialto, which kind of hurts my heart there.
Yeah, we
And
don't see. I mean, it's gonna be on the next map pool, right?
Why are my co-casters always spoiling things? Okay, fine. So there you go, guys. Now we have a confirmed matchup, and the grand finals would be a best of 5. It is going to be a mixed match of
God damn
our
it.
2 map pools, and we are actually going to get a 2 CP map for once. We got Lee Chan Tower for first map, Kings Row for second, Rialdo for third. So we are for sure going to see it. Full Sky on fourth, and Busan for the fifth. So one of each mode, and this is going to be our matchup: Uber server versus Malaking Snail. Any expectations, especially with that map pool in already set, Mr. DodgeThiss?
I mean, I don't have to be, I don't have to be too shy to say this, but of course I'm gonna be rooting for my boys. But I think it'll be a good match.
I really can say it. There's just so many different notes to take advantage of. For Malaking Snail, they play fast and furious. Can Uber server stem the tide there? In the meantime, for Uber server, they do like to play that flyers, and they do like to play a little bit of disruption. If Malaking Snail can find a way to concentrate their fire, or at least eke out a simple 1v1, I think that is where they can truly shine to begin with. But that is going to be a grand finals coming
That will
our
be
way.
my show. I mean, that will be for my turn. And
Yes, sir.
who's gonna be next?
I think it's going to be Mr. Rebirth, but we are going to be taking a break because we do have a few things to announce as well as to host. We
Let's
will-
go.
Yes.
I'm excited for what
Yeah,
surprise do you guys have? I don't even know.
I'm really excited too. So I'll coordinate with Bimby real quick. I know he's feeling a little down after that defeat, but the show must go on, especially on the admin side, and we will be right back. What a match though. That was really, really exciting. Malaking Snail showing up to really just chomp on anyone with the slime on over. This has been the Chap Overwatch Clashfest. Our semifinals are done. We are moving into the grand finals in a bit. But first things first, we'll have a few words as well as a few things to note and maybe a quick little program or two in between. But we will be right back.